There are over 300,000 species of plants in the world. 66% of them are edible. Never eat anything you are unsure of. Be 100% sure. Before eating any plants you are unsure of 100%, be sure to perform a universal edibility test.
First, you need to separate all the parts of the plant.
Then you need to have a smell test. Anything almond scented, just discard it.
Fast for 8 hours for a true test.
While fasting, test plant by placing small piece in tender area, like your wrist or your arm.
Eat nothing else but water.
Eat very small portions of the plant.
Test on the lip for burning and do that for 3 minutes.
Test on tongue for 15 minutes.
And chew a small piece for 15 minutes, but do not swallow it.
Swallow after 15 minutes if no irritations.
Wait 8 hours, induce vomiting, and drink lots of water if needed.
Eat only half of a plant at a time. Some may upset stomach if too much.
Test all the parts you wish to eat of that plant. Things you should as well avoid are milky sap, spines and fine hairs, parsley-like foliages,
Beans and seed pods. Bitter or soapy taste, pink, purplish, or black grain heads. This is the American beech. They're most identifiable by the smooth gray bark. And the three-sided nuts are edible raw. And some say that they're the best tasting nut in the woods. And you can roast them and grind them up for a coffee substitute. They're the most efficient survival food because they're high in oil content.
Cut.
So what we have here is the common blackberry. And a good identification feature is if you cut the stem in half, then the 5 grooves will make a star shape. And they're really, really, really good, loved by many animals in the forest. And you can pick them and eat them right on the spot. But watch out for the thorns. They're very hurtful.
Edible plants grow everywhere, from forests to your backyard.
There are 4 edible plants found almost everywhere in North America. Acorns, pine trees, cattails, and grasses, which are rich in vitamins and minerals, but contain large amounts of cellulose. So the best way to eat them is to put them in your mouth, chew them up, get all the vitamins and minerals out, and then spit them out again.
This right here is a hickory tree. And there are many different kinds of hickory trees, but they all produce edible nuts. But the hard part of eating the nut is getting it out of the husk.
Many edible plants are considered weeds by most people. A weed is a plant whose virtues have not yet been discovered.
There are 2 different kinds of oak trees. There are many different kinds of oak trees, but the families are the white oak and
the red oak.
And you can tell that it's a white oak because if you see it has rounded lobes.
And you can tell it's a red oak because it has bristle tips or pointed lobes. All oak trees produce acorns.
And all the acorns are edible. But the white oak acorns are much better than the red oak acorns.
And the red oak acorns, you have to be boiled several times to get the acids and the tannins out.
These wildflowers are called Queen's Anne's lace or wild carrot. The whole plant is edible, even this top bit.
Hey, I'm Annika.
And I'm Jennifer. And here we have a spice bush, commonly found in the woods. The leaves you can make actually a tea out of, but they do just smell fantastic. And these berries right here, they're not ripe just yet. If you do pick them when they aren't ripe, they are a bit watery if you eat them. And when they are ripe, they'll be bright red. And if you crush them up, if you dry them out and crush them up, then you can make a spice out of them, which is why they're on the spice bush.
There are tons of different species of maple, including this red maple. You can tell it's a red maple by the red petiole or leaf stem. Now, When mature, this maple can be tapped to make maple syrup. You can tap all kinds of different maples, but the best one is the sugar maple. This is a wild yam. They're really identifiable and they're really good. All you have to do is locate them, dig out the roots, and eat them raw or cook them. Hey, I'm Annika.
And I'm Juniper.
And what we have here is a yellow wood sorrel. And they're really common plant, and the whole plant is edible. And they can be found anywhere from your yard to the forest. And the whole plant is edible, and they kind of taste sour. And but the best tasting part are these little things right here. Mmm.
No, I'm full. I've had a bunch.
I believe every living thing on this planet has a purpose.
We just haven't figured it all out yet.